First of all, thoughts and prayers are with the Robinson family, with Coach Robinson passing before the game. Legend, amazing man, amazing leader. And so, really just thinking about their family. As it relates to the game, pretty straightforward. We didn't do nearly a good enough job offensively. Defensively, I thought they did an amazing job being able to keep our football team in the game. But the turnovers gave us a chance, and then we turned the ball right back over from an offensive perspective. And then there just really was a lot of examples of, the importance of continuity. I'll have to go back and look at this tape, but it's got to be a lot better. And, it's really, we got to evaluate everything, and we've got to be a lot better. Yeah, it didn't seem very, it seemed like, I want to be able to look at the tape, but there was a lot of things that were not in alignment with what we're looking for. And that's why, you hear us talk about the importance of the continuity. Got a lot of respect for that defense. They did a nice job, but there was too many things that it just seemed like we were off and never gave ourselves a chance. And it's not exclusively on the line. That's, as a whole, collectively, we're all in this thing together, and we'll look at it, and we've got to be able to improve, and everything's on the table.
You had cited that continuity previously as a positive thing, but what went into the decision to switch out Bo Limmer and Jonah Jackson?
They were both, both Steve and Jonah were ready to go. Wanted to be able to see what that looked like, Jordan. You never know exactly, but always try to do what we think is best. And this will be some good film to be able to look at and see, all right, what do we think, is the best way to put guys in the right spots to give them a chance to be successful and ultimately our offense.
Did you consider going for it on that 3rd and 4 at the end of the game?
I did, but because it was a 2-possession game and what had occurred, felt like kick it away. I thought the defense was playing really well right there. But because of just kind of the flow of the overall game, that was what resulted in keeping it to a 1-possession game.
Coach, you guys played with extreme urgency coming out of the bye week. What are your thoughts around the tempo with which you all played tonight?
I thought defensively I was really pleased with the way that we played. That's a really explosive offense. I thought we were able to limit them, create a bunch of negative plays, get some turnovers, give really good short fields to the offense, and then ultimately, we weren't able to capitalize. There wasn't any sort of semblance of complementary football, and that's where we have to be able to improve. And fortunately, it is a short week. Sometimes these bad tastes that you have in your mouth after a game like this, say, let's go back to work, let's really look at it, and let's come back with the right mindset and mentality on Wednesday.
Sean, rarely do we see your teams look sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate tonight?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of instances where really we haven't been consistent enough, especially when you just look at it from sloppy. Yeah, I mean, there was some execution that has to be better. And I want to be able to go back and look at the tape, but these are things that we have to be able to clean up if we want to be the type of team, and especially from an offensive perspective, we've got to be able to play better and consistently execute better with 11 as one.
In the moment, as the offense was struggling to get into the end zone, what was your analysis of in real time as it was happening? What was the problem?
Frustration. I think just like everybody else, because there's opportunities for us to be able to execute. I do have belief in these guys, and here's the thing, you know this, Gary. We're all in this thing together. We've got to be able to look at it, and we've got to consistently figure out what's the best way to put our guys in the right kinds of spots. And trying to be able to figure out some sort of semblance of an identity. It's whatever I say is going to be an excuse. Frustration is the answer to your original question, and we have to be better.
Their defensive line has been active on tape, and tonight they got their hands on 3 balls batted at the line,
Sure.
1 intercepted. What's the point of emphasis to prevent that, I guess, from happening?
Yeah, getting hands down, being able to negotiate some of those throwing lanes. It felt like it was a little bit loose early on. And as the game went on, I thought we were able to protect better, which gave us a chance to be able to sustain some drives, but ultimately not being able to finish in the red area. But hats off to them. They did a really good job, and it felt like there was a bunch of bodies at the point of attack, specifically on some of those early third downs.
How do you think Matthew played tonight?
I thought he did a good job with the circumstances. I thought kept the ball in play. There were some times where, you want to be able to have a chance to let some things develop based on what the intent of the play was, and we weren't able to do that because he had to get the ball out of his hand.
After 10 weeks, how do you describe or evaluate this offense?
Inconsistent. Okay, thanks, guys.